For myself, how do I stay creative? Man, I think it's a journey. I think, like the best thing you can do is just like, if you are, especially in advertising, a lot of times people want people to work like all the time, right? The reality is like you're talking to people who are consumers. They're out in the world. What are they watch? They're watching reality TV. They're watching, sports. They're hanging out with their friends. You can't relate to those people if you ain't with them. How can you speak to them? How can you motivate them to buy a product if you don't even hang out with them? If you don't even know the life that they are living? So, in my opinion, you got to go out and make sure you're living life. Because then, if you're living life, you're going to be that much more equipped to speak to the people who are also living that life, right? You got to live life to be inspired by it. People talk a lot about taste, right? They're like, oh, you need taste. Okay, well, you got to go look at some art to have taste, right? Like, you got to go and experience life and see things. You can't just like have some sort of like AI markdown file of what taste is. That goes back to the ideas. It goes back to the things that are going to truly cut through the noise for a brand is the is that je ne sais quoi. It's hard to even like put into words exactly what it is. It's that zhuzh, but the zhuzh ain't coming from you being a formula.
You really have to live it. I really feel like that really is like when you want to market something to some people that is approachable, you really, really, the creativity really comes from live fully of that life.